Welcome back to Arcturian Philosophy, and I am here in beautiful Sedona, Arizona, near the several different vortex sites. In this episode of Arcturian Philosophy, I will attempt to bring through some light codes for my listeners. Some of you may have been wondering, how is she doing? How is Krista doing? And I am doing quite a bit better. As I said in my last video, which you couldn't really see anything, I jumped on the problem as quickly as possible. I asked for help. I took proactive steps myself and found others physically to attempt to help me. And so I'll be returning from Sedona in a few more days, but I thought that I would document some of my time here. It really is a wonderful place here, and I do know beyond any doubt that I will live here, either in Sedona or in a very nearby area to it, because Sedona is quite small, and I actually like that about it. I don't really like large, sprawled out types of towns, which is kind of like the one I'm in right now. So I will talk a little bit about the vortexes. The different vortexes are a bit like airports, as what's been mostly described to me. They, with their higher frequency, facilitate different ET contact, which is something, of course, I am very excited about, even though I have already, I can already say, yes, I saw an alien standing right in front of me. Not right in front of me, but about like 20 feet away from me. Yes, I did actually see a real alien. Even though I can say that, I can't really get enough of the concept of contact with star beings that aren't saying that they want to shoot me, as the little Zeta guy who I saw said. But we know that story, and that's quite a bit ways in the past. So what I will do, using the very interesting, as I have been told, American accented Arcturian tongue that I can speak, I will ask to bring forth a type of transmission for anyone viewing, so that they will have more prosperity in their lives, be able to walk their path or their mission or whatever they wish to accomplish in this life, to be able to activate themselves further and to be able to have confidence that they will have power over the dark entities. And so I will begin and then periodically pause and attempt to translate. Then begin again and then attempt to translate. Arto dai norte corteana sortainoa artordeno sortaina consenai ornoina cortote portetai norta canasotina a. I'm asking what this was. Okay, I'm being told that much of it was not designed to be translated into English, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but okay. Apparently much of that is not designed to translate into English because it is like attempting to awaken someone who is sleeping. Like there's an image of trying to rouse someone who is asleep of uh, something giving or giving an example of something that is familiar to someone who has forgotten things, and that this frequency carried is recognized by the DNA, and that this then helps attempt to activate the cellular memory, the genetic memory, our quantum DNA structure. Yes, that that's the idea. And that the speech portions were similar to actually what I just said. That in this divine light and love, we now bring forth memory and activation of cellular memory in structure. We transform it into a more highly quantum and crystalline structure, something along those lines. And so I'm gonna do this 3 times because Cryon loves the number 3 and 6, and everyone loves the number 3 anyway. So we'll do it 3 times. So let's do it one more. Do it one more time, and then translate, and do it another time. And translate. Shinai norte, canosortai nata, corte na cortana, carte norteana, tortai nartortae, sortaena tortaena, ike tornea, cortana senorea, ortai noicana, norteano sorteana. Now I'm asking for any kind of translation of what that could mean. So the concept is the same of just the sound itself activating cellular memory, but the words said sounds like I'm hearing there's much to be learned, but that this is all doable, and that we are here as your guides' support. There are many things you have become mistaken about on your planet, and we wish to assist you with this in this manner through this conduit. Yes, something similar to that. Someone who actually knows these languages fluently will have to try to really tell me what I said, because I could possibly be saying some of the phrases backwards. I'm not quite sure on that, because I've been laughed at a few times by my Arcturian family, saying you sound kind of like a toddler half the time. We know what you're saying, but you sound a little bit like a toddler trying to talk. Yes, it's understood what you're trying to say, but you said it a little bit, like me no speak a English, kind of like that or something. So let us try 3rd time, but they said you must practice this, and if you practice it in front of any kind of audience, even if the audience is only 100 people or 50 people or however, that will strengthen your confidence and your ability to bring the frequency down. Because that's what they want me to do. They want me to be a very powerful frequency anchor for them, for the collective that I work with that is 5th and 6th dimensional Arcturians, as well as Pleiadians and Sirians. So now we'll give a third message. I'm asking now for this to be made clear that I might be able to understand and that others might be able to understand for their greatest and highest good. Ikitonai tortaina sorte kina sorna artoino cornetana ortaino se nartarno cortenai orne sornaina portena kai tortana sorte corna se cornaino sortainai karna sorte nordeno otena cortaina una sorteno conatarnaia ortenoitana corteno sena inotoina sortena cortainote e cortena sotaina artenorte sinotorina cornai cortena anasoiano. Alright, I'm going to try and attempt to translate. This might be slightly out of order. The singing was a song to the earth. It was a song to Terra, to Gaia, to the energy of Terra, to an energy of the earth, to uplift her, to hold her, to cradle her, and create harmony within her, and to anchor in the powerful frequency to ward away the discordant frequencies. Now I'm asking for the speech in between. Again, also the sound designed to activate DNA. They're saying you were talking like a priest, or like a priestess. That the first things said had to do with, okay, the entire message was somewhat Earth or Terra based, as the Earth as our temple, as our home, as our bodies, as our temples and our homes as well, how we conduct ourselves on the earth, with the earth, in unison with the earth, becoming aware of her presence, of her energy, they're making me aware now that this is a lesson that I need to remember, learn, to work in unison with the energy of Gaia, of Terra, of the Earth, our planet, where we live, our home, that it is our home and that it is also a living being. That also something along the lines of that this has been misunderstood by your species for a long time, but that you live in unison on a daily basis. Your body and its health is directly related to the planet and its health as well. And then there was song for the earth, and then ending message. We wish to leave you all with gratitude for your planet. You have forgotten to have gratitude for the land on which you stand on, for the bed on which you lay your head. What is it? It's your planet. It's the Earth. You wouldn't be alive without it, would you? That I don't think was part of the speech, but that's part of the concept. You need remembrance of the sacred nature of the earth, of your ascending terra, how they would say it, terra, with like a ra, the rolled R. And we infuse this. It's like the word frequency, but more complicated and more powerful. We infuse this word for frequency that's more complicated and powerful into the earth through our conduit, our vessel, whom we are now beginning to work with more and more. And give blessings to all who watch and urge the remembrance of the earth as your partner, as your soul family, as the living being with you. May it be so. It seemed like it seems like that's close to what the last part is. I'm fascinated to play this back and see how it actually matches up, because I am literally just saying, okay, I'm gonna be an empty vessel. Say something, and and project it, and I can feel it at my chest. I would start to feel when I was correct in the translations. I would start to feel it right here at the heart chakra, which is about right here. And so we need to, I didn't know that that was going to be the message, but it seems like the message that they want to bring through right now is that we need to recognize the earth as our partner, as a highly evolved living consciousness that basically has decided, look guys, I'm gonna ascend whether you like it or not. And if you can't do it, you're gonna have to leave. And leaving for you means dying. And you don't like to die. And if you feel pain, I feel your pain. And I don't want you to feel pain. So the concept is that we've become blinded to the idea that the earth is alive underneath our feet. And we walk around every day having no idea that it's as if we're stepping on a person the entire time. But not just any person, a highly evolved, multidimensional mind, energy, they're saying a very powerful, great energy that is what the closest term in your language is Gaia. And that she is beautiful, that she must be recognized as alive, as what humans would call alive, and that we must begin. I think this might have been part of the words too, that we must begin to treat her with the respect that she deserves. Yeah, I'm feeling it again in my chest. I think that might have been part of some of the words. We have to treat her with the respect that she deserves because she is facilitating our life here. We we don't fly around in spaceships yet, most of us here on planet Earth. We couldn't live without our planet. That makes the connection even stronger. It's one thing if you were born on a spaceship in a cloning type situation or a hybridized situation. That I'm not sure what that would be like, but when you are born on and live on a living being your entire life, you are in symbiotic connection. That was part of the concept they're trying to say. Partner, like the concept is symbiotic connection, that we are in a symbiotic relationship with the earth. And I did say this, that the connection to her health is connected to our health. So as she gets sicker and sicker, we will get sicker and sicker because we are in a symbiotic relationship with her, a mutual relationship with her. And as we make her healthier and healthier by taking care of her, by asking her as a living, sentient being, not like a rock, a living, sentient, speaking, communicating being, what do you want? What do you need? What can we do? How can we help you? How can we care for you? What do you need from us? You have given these things to us. We've always said, Mother Earth is our mother. You have always taken care of us. How do we take care of you in that kind of relationship? So it seems like they really wanted to talk about humans reestablishing their relationship to their planet, which they find it very funny that we walk around and have no idea that we are connected to the ground that we're walking on. It's like they're dumbfounded that we just miss this somehow. And I'm thinking, well, no, guys, I understand how, because I was born not knowing any of this, and none of it. Remember my story. The way I became aware of any of this material was I was zapped in the head right here while watching an interview with Teal Swan, and suddenly knew, oh, I'm an Arcturian, and da 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 da, and it was a little bit jarring, but I'm glad they did that, or else I wouldn't know. So, uh, I'm glad somebody did it. I don't know who did it exactly. I'm not sure if it's the Greys. Not sure if other star beings did it. At this point, I don't care because it had a positive result. So, that's what matters. I think to them, well, so coming in here fully being human, I understand how people walk around and throw their cigarette butt on the ground and just kind of don't have the awareness. I try to tell them it's that we don't have the advanced awareness to literally be aware that it's alive. That we need to be told, and it has to be explained to us, and then the memory is recalled, that then we begin to understand it. And they seem to understand that quite well. So I believe they were speaking different encoded information to help us remember and reestablish our relationship with the planet, and I guess being green, as what you'd call it, things of that nature. And they're telling me that they want me to start enacting that in an obvious way in my life. For example, where I live, there is no recycling bin. And in San Francisco, it's standard. You walk outside and you've got your trash can, your recycling bin, and your compost. It's just like everybody knows that's just what you do. But in Tucson, no one seems to know that, and they're telling me go to the management and ask them, how do I recycle my bottles? How do I do this? There's just a dumpster here. How do I do any of the recycling? Is there a place for me to bring compost, or is this, that, and the other sort of thing? Changing different lifestyle habits to be more earth focused, more focused about my relationship with the planet, because also I'm an earth sign, I'm a Taurus, and so I've always felt very connected to the ground. I've always wanted to sit on the ground, sit next to trees, sit in dirt. I would make my mother really angry by just wanting to sit in dirt and in some pretty dress and just sitting in the dirt. People would stare at me thinking, oh my gosh, you're wearing some like all this frilly stuff and you're just sitting there in a bunch of dirt. What are you doing? And I guess that's how that was a bit how I was born, though. Uh, so I believe that's all the information that they wanted to convey, and therefore I will close this episode of Arcturian Philosophy. I hope that you benefited from listening to these transmissions, and I will attempt to practice more and see how I can improve and bring through more light information from the Arcturians, and then eventually move to work with the Syrians and as well as the Pleiadians, who I know that my group works in conjunction with. And so, with that, I will close. Blessings to you all in this episode of Arcturian Philosophy here in beautiful Sedona, Arizona.